Everyone, and welcome to Warframe. So, in this video, we're going to do the Awakening quest. Well, Awakening, not the Awakening. It doesn't matter. But this quest was actually added in update 29, I believe. If I'm thinking about it right, that would have been in 2020. So the original version of this wasn't an official quest. It was just where you start the game, but they went back through and remastered it and changed it up, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The cinematic, which I hope it plays, the cinematic is just phenomenal.
For generations you've slept. No purpose. No call to wake you.
Wakey, wakey.
Grenier. Seeds from the ruins of the old war, swallowing colonies whole. But there's still hope.
I'd kill for a whole Warframe movie,
The
computer
Tenor.
animated like this.
Monuments of an ancient warrior caste. Scattered
Excalibur.
across frail worlds.
He's loyal Kubro. Hello, Kubro. They about to fuck some shit up, just so y'all know. It's about to go down. I would absolutely watch a whole fucking movie like this. They could make that bitch 8 hours long and I'd sit there and be like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. Pay your respects to Mag. And now Volt.
Together, they fought back.
Look good,
bringing
fucking
an
do
end
it.
to an empire. Then they left. Forgotten. Like a dream. Wake up, Tenno.
Oh, she's about to go down again. My fucking yeah.
Wake up.
All right. So before we select that's now the intro. When I first played, it was not anywhere near as like, oh my god, this game's going to be spectacular as that. Like it wasn't really much back when I first started playing, and but yeah, now we have that gorgeous cinematic. It's spectacular. One thing to note here: the three characters, Excalibur, Mag, and Volt, they're your three starter frames. You can choose whichever one you want. Originally, when the game first came out, and I'm talking about on PC, it wasn't Volt. It was Loki. And I don't know if they swapped the two of them as starters prior to it coming to console, or if when it first came to console, it was still Loki as the third frame. But at some point, and honestly before I started playing, because the game had been out a year and some odd months when I first started playing, but before I started playing, they swapped the third starter to Volt. So we can go through their powers just real quick, and I'm just gonna kind of generalize fast through them instead of reading what it says. His slash dash, he just exactly what he says. He dashes with it and slashes a sword. It's pretty effective for crossing rooms. I like it. It's a good movement tool as much as an attack tool. Radial blind. It blinds the enemies. He does that. It leaves them open to finisher attacks. And mercy kills if their health is of the right amount, low enough, that is. Radial blind is spectacular for crowd control. Radial javelin. This used to be his fourth ability, his ultimate ability. Essentially, he slams his sword down and sprays shrapnel spikes all around him, damaging enemies. They changed it. His final now is his Exalted Blade. You summon essentially an energy blade and attack with it. Think of Zelda's Master Sword. How you can charge it up and launch that wave. It's like that, except every attack is that. Now, another thing that didn't exist when I first started playing were the passives. Excalibur's passive is that he deals 10% increased damage and attacks 10% faster when wielding swords. So it's very specific, but if you're going to wield a sword, what other character would you want to wield it on than one that is named after one of the most legendary swords in human history? So moving on to Mag. She is, as her name suggests, she's the master of magnets. So we'll start with the passive this time. Her passive is that nearby items gravitate towards Mag for easy collection. There's mods that you can put on your companions, and we won't go into that too deep until other videos where we talk about the companions a bit more, but that will suck up and collect things automatically for you. This is kind of like a built-in version of that to a certain degree. I don't know how the range compares to mods like Vacuum and stuff that pull them in, but think of it as a buyout for that. Pull. This is a great go-to ability, exactly as it shows in the video and exactly what the name implies. You pull enemies towards you. There's a mod called Greedy Pull, and I haven't looked at it in a while, so I don't know. They might have changed it somewhat. When they brought the mod out originally, you could use it to pull items, energy, materials, everything by using Mag's pull ability. And I think it was a while ago, actually. They changed it some, but I can't remember if they changed how it works or if it's now a line of sight or what got changed about it. But that's all neither here nor there. The pull ability itself is spectacular for getting enemies to you. They're shooting at you from a distance? Nah, not anymore. Bam, they're right here. They're yours. They're in melee range. Beat the hell out of them. It's great when paired with certain other frames. I can't go into too much detail without giving it away. There's a character, Limbo, who has a bubble, and he can stop time in it. When Limbo throws his bubble up and stops time within the void in his bubble, a lot of the enemies that are ranged enemies will just linger around the outside perimeter of his bubble. The pull ability is great for being like, no, get in this bubble. But it's a fantastic, probably one of the best starter abilities in Warframe, hands down, and it's on a starter frame. Magnetize. This is one, actually, this wasn't an ability last time I played Mag. So I'm actually going to have to read this with you because I haven't played Mag in a long time. So tap to enclose a target in a magnetic field. Oh, okay. This draws can draw enemy fire to them. Hit an enemy with it, and the bullets will be pulled to them. Let's see. Hold, surround herself in a magnetic field to absorb ranged attack and reflect them back. Okay, so the hold of the ability is essentially what we saw in the video when she was falling down the cliff gathering the bullets. Now, hold and tap, there are options. You can go in the option menu and swap your hold and tap. So if you prefer to tap and have it do the magnetize around her and hold to have it, put it onto an enemy, you can swap that in the options. Polarize. Oh, Jesus, it's been so long. Like, this is one of her old abilities, and I'm like, depletes enemy shields and armor as it restores ally shields. Debris left over. So steal enemy shields, give them to your teammates. That is really helpful. Shields restore on their own naturally. Health does not restore, but there are times when you get into the deeper sections of this game and you're running harder enemies and stuff, they can put a beating on your shield pretty fast. So being able to restore that via any kind of mean is kind of nice. And also that slash status effect. Slash will do a straight to health damage, so that's always very nice. Now this one I do know. Crush also demonstrated in the video. She picks up enemies and she crumples them in on themselves. It depending on how you build it, it can do mad damage. It's a good crowd control because it affects like everybody. But yeah, moving on to Volt. As the name implies, Volt is our mad electrician here. He loves electric and he's all about it. So Volt's passive is when he's moving, like grounded movement, when he's running on the ground. He generates an electric charge, building up 10 damage per meter that's unleashed with his next attack. There are builds that are focused entirely around that passive. Just running around with Volt, and in his second ability over here, Speed, running around with Volt and building up so that you get mad damage on his attacks. So his first ability here, Shock, basically exactly what it sounds like. Shoots electric. Bam. Hit enemies. Links between enemies if they're close enough. It's nice little quick bam, hit them. If the enemies are weak enough and you're built right, it will wipe them out. It won't go to every enemy. Like, it won't link indefinitely. It has a max linkage and a max range and stuff, but it's good for, you're wandering down a narrow corridor and there's a couple enemies and bam, you just pap them with that. Speed. This is Volt's thing. This is what he was known for. Now there's other speed frames now, but in my heart, Volt will always be the speed frame. You hit this, and he just, boom, he moves super fast. It also affects allies within range. They can roll to turn it off if they want to opt out. But this is how I was saying. You activate the speed ability, and then with this, gathering for every meter, you just run fast as shit, and then unleash some of his other attacks. Probably not wasting it on Shock. You're probably saving that for the fourth ability, but we're not there yet. The electric shield. Now, I think they changed the electric shield since I last used it too. I know you can deploy the shield. You can also pick the shield up and carry it while you're using pistols or melee. Not your primary. You can't carry it with a primary weapon. But you used to be able to shoot through the shield to do additional damage, and I think that's still a thing because of that extra damage, 50% electric. I know there's builds built around that too. Used to be really good for hunting the Eidolons, which are, the short and long of it is, they're giant enemies. They were introduced in the first open world section, but that is for another video, the details on that. But there was builds built around just throwing down the shield and multi-layering it and then shooting through it with a gun, and it would just amplify the living hell out of that shot. But now, moving on to his fourth ability, Discharge. This ability is essentially, bam, drop electric all around you. And when you hit the speed and use his passive and then you unleash Discharge, there are builds for clearing rooms. He's a pretty good frame. Overall, the weak link in this is probably Mag. Just because of the builds that I've seen for Volt and Excalibur. She's not a bad frame by any means. She's not the worst frame at all, not even close. But between the three of these choices, Mag is probably the weak link. I mean, there's builds you could build that you could put up as a good argument for no, that's not true. But with the crowd control capabilities of Excal and Volt, I gotta say that. Now, I'm going to go with Excal because I'm going to try and play this as close to my original play as I possibly can. Oh, wow, we can actually change the colors. Ugh, that's ugly. Hold on, let's real quick before we select. I want to... I just want to see what the other ones look like in the... Okay. So you'll notice I'm a huge fan of red. So, but for the sake of things, we're gonna play in the default. So we're picking XCal. Stayed out a little too late partying with his buddies.
I see the Lotus has tried to wake you. Pity she's too late. You're my prize now, Deno.
That's foreboding to another quest.
We are taking this one with us.
What has he done to you? I can't lose another Tenno. I'm surging your Warframe's power systems. Quick, use your power.
What do I do? Oh, the buttons are... Bleh. I swapped my buttons from this. So, I have mine reversed. Which makes it really weird.
An extraction ship is waiting for you. But the
Oh man, I hope I don't gotta change my buttons back.
Arm yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna arm myself. We can run. We can sprint. See, well, that's exactly what I meant about, like, shortcut to move. Alright, so here we have our first weapon choices. So, this right here is the Skana. It's just basically your standard sword. Think of it like a saber almost. Or your other choice is the MK1 bow. Now, there are variants of both of these weapons. I do believe... Ooh, let's see what it says. It says description now. Slice through enemies with this agile warrior's blade, or shatter army with shatter armor with heavy blows. 99% sure I went with the sword. Just because, like, how do you say no to a sword? Oh, your best friend? So you got your standard attack here. You can hit heavy attacks. Your best friend in this game? Slide attacks. Slide attacks will be your best friend on Warframe. At least as far as melee goes. Oh no, oh god, oh no. You can also block attacks. I think it automatically block. Wow, your aim is Stormtrooper bad. There we go. Block. You can actually reflect bullets back, which it barely is doing. Onward. So if you notice the bottom right-hand bar, every time I use that, I'm wasting energy. That's mostly because I don't care. But, yeah, that's your energy bar. These nice little guys, which there are different crates in different types of mission. The faction we're fighting in this, the Grenier, this is their common Earth crates. They vary with the other factions and in other locales. But let's just take a moment to look around. Look at, like, this is gorgeous too. Like, when I first played, it wasn't near this well done, this sexy. It's a beautiful, beautiful things they did. Rubido is a material.
There's a cache of weapons ahead. Grab what you can.
More weapons, you say? Oh, what do we got? Stealth attack. Stealth attacks do a lot of damage. If you can be stealthy, it benefits you in that way. Oh, hey, what you doing there, bud? Dying. All right, so here we have our first choice of secondary weapons. We have the Lotto, and we have the MK1 kunai.
Tenno,
So
pick up a weapon. You're running
don't-
out of time.
Don't rush me, Lotus. I'm trying to share for the viewers. Jesus, woman. So the Lotto's just a basic pistol. Forgo stealth with this rapid-fire semi-automatic pistol. Yeah, it says right in the description. And our MK1 kunai are throwing knives. Silently puncture flesh and metal with these deadly throwing knives. So, like, I was like, man, these will be pretty fucking cool. And they are. The kunai are awesome. God, I forgot my buttons are reverse. Ugh, I hate it. But you can aim. Zooms in when you're aiming. It's gonna throw me off this entire time. Ugh, I hate the buttons being reversed. Bitch. But the MK1 kunai aren't the best kunai in the
extraction
game.
point is up ahead. Hurry before Vor finds out you've escaped.
By any means, let alone the best throwing weapon. They're really, like, they're fun when you first get them, and they're awesome, and it's like, oh yeah, this is great. And then you go into the game more, and you unlock new weapons, and you get the other throwing weapons, and it's like, what the fuck? But I really enjoy the
A Tenno flows like fire over the battlefield.
kunai.
Do you remember how to
Oh,
dash
look at
up
it.
walls?
So that is way different than when I first played. Wall running and stuff has been completely changed. Fuck you, Kuaka. Dirty rats. Oh, here's another example of one of the breakable containers. I did not know I could stealth attack. That was just absolute overkill. So here it's teaching us to bullet jump, and this is going to be... man. I hate the buttons. I really gotta swap those. But not right now, not in the middle of a video. Maybe they won't be wonky once we finish this up. One can only hope. Why'd you have me go that way when I could have just went this way? Is it to appreciate the terrain more? Ooh, so lifelike. There's a thing. Oh, come on, Vor. There's a movement style where you like slide into a roll and bullet jump, and it's the fastest way of moving around. But I have
There's the extraction chip.
even in my many years not learned to do it well. So you get whatever movement out of me you get. You're dick for, you know that?
This one has your name on it. I offer you glory, and you choose this?
Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. Oh, hello, Vor.
This will hurt.
Yeah, you know what?
My decrepit heart is pounding. This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tenno is mine.
So, Vor is...
Get to the
come
console
on.
and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
Vor is essentially the first boss you're introduced to in the game. He's a ranking member of the Grineer military. He's obsessed with catching the Tenno. And he put that ankle thing on us, which... you kind of see it down there. But that comes into play in the second quest of the game. Vor's Prize, which is not replayable. But we'll discuss that at the end of
The Queens want
at
to
the end of the
destroy
mission.
you, but I need to know more.
Oh, the shadow effects. I just want my primary. I gotta show off the last set. Oh yeah, here we go. So, last set of weapons you get to pick is between the MK1 Bratton and the MK1 Paris. So, your standard assault rifle, maybe? Automatic rifle, yeah. And a bow. So, open fire with this highly versatile automatic rifle. Or, a charge shot from this bow will silently kill unsuspecting enemies. And I love the bow. Again, this is by no means the best bow. It's not even the best Paris. But, you know, this is a starter weapon. That's what you get from them. My favorite part of it is it will pin enemies to the wall. So all bows have the capability of that. Let's just give welcome. Oh, there's lockers like this sometimes you can loot. They also have different appearances depending on which faction you're fighting. But it's good to collect kind of everything you can. I mean, don't spend, hours and hours going out of your way. The materials are there. You'll get them eventually. But, like, if you're passing by like that, especially when you're new to the game, stop, hit them up. Get yourself some materials because you're going to use a lot of everything in the course of this game. Yeah, I missed that shot. Love the bows. I love the bows. Love the bows so damn much. They're so fun. And also, not only are they fun, but if you get silent kills, you can go unnoticed. The silent weapons, great for stealth. I mean, obviously. But there's a number of ways to go about that and be silent. There's mods that can silence your fire. There's frames that have silence attached to certain abilities to a degree.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here.
So
Ship Cephalon, we require immediate extraction.
that was Ordis.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Tenno, are you afraid? You cannot hide from me, soul.
Hey, what?
I've marked you. You will return to me.
Oh, you shield bitch. What's over here? Out of bounds is over there. Good to know. So, on certain missions, or at the end of like an objective on certain missions, they'll pop up the waypoints like that on enemies to like clear them out and move on and be able to move on, whether it's to a second section of the same mission or to leave the mission. But keep an eye out. When it points that out, it's usually pointing you in the right direction. All right, so that was The Awakening.